What is good, spectacular gamers? Sergeant First Class Spectacular back here, and I am your host for Gaming So Spectacular. And we're here to talk about a special and near and dear topic to my heart: the power of the old school. Now, you might be saying to yourself, what's the power of the old school? Well, if you be quiet for a second, maybe I'll be able to tell you. Alright, look, the other day I was on YouTube cruising around and I saw a kids react video, teens react. You know that channel where they get little youngins to watch all those old school movies or listen to music or whatever. Well, they were reacting to a Nintendo, and their reactions kind of amused me, and I thought it'd be funny. You know what? It's amazing how far we've come in gaming. We never look back, and a lot of us weren't there to thank the old school. So I got some old school footage of some games that happened back in the day on screen. I think it's Final Fight, Shadow Dancer, and Fatal Fury. But look, those are there to here to illustrate this. Without the old school, we wouldn't have today. And I think I heard one of those kids say, "Oh, that was good that people played this, but whatever, that was old." We got to pay homage to the old. We got to show thanks, and we got to show respect. If we don't, okay, what if there was a business to make something new? But people say, you know what, forget it. So you never got that new product. Or take the smartphone. If people never developed a smartphone, we still be doing flip phones and brick old school phones. You got to go back to the old to show the new. And today, that's just what I wanted to illustrate. You got to have an appreciation for the old school to appreciate the new school. And a lot of gamers these days don't even remember old school games. You know, you was in the arcades, don't even know what arcades are, and you was grinding it out, paying your quarter to play Street Fighter. You know, you had to wait in line 8 people deep just to get another turn. Or Mortal Kombat, when you had to find the finishers on your own. You didn't have a book, you didn't have YouTube, you didn't have a guide, just you and your friends discovering everything on. Or what about when you was Mario? You didn't know about no warp zone. The closest you had maybe was Nintendo Power. You had to discover all these things on your own. You had to rely on things like cartridges. Back before we moved to CD-based gaming. And unbeknownst to a lot of people, cartridges used to cost more than CDs do now. I know people complain about the price of gaming today, but back in the day, cartridges cost like what, $80 sometimes? I remember paying for saving up and paying for Chrono Trigger, and that took a while. But hey, I appreciated every penny and played every ounce of that game. Systems were easy to hook up, but also back in the day, you got 2 controllers with your console. Y'all remember that? So how many of y'all old enough to remember you get two controllers? I think the Genesis broke that tradition by giving you 1 controller. And I like the Genesis, but damn you, Sega! But nevertheless, you see where they are now. The power of old school can also be felt in today's gaming, because take Street Fighter 2. Now, why not really old school? It did set a precedence for gaming. All fighting games today are set at that precedence of having 2 out of 3, doing special moves, having a dedicated energy bar, special moves that were secret back in the day, but probably aren't secret these days. You know, it's easy to find out a secret move these days. But most of the fighting games these days go back to that. Take adventure games. All of them probably pay homage and owe a lot of stuff to Super Mario Brothers, because as we all know, Super Mario Brothers was the epitome of a side-scrolling adventure game. Sonic, yeah, he claimed he was going to beat up on Mario when he came out, but still, just imitating what he had already saw. They were still imitating what they had already gotten from Super Mario Brothers. Hey, scroll to the right, jump, hop, kill enemy, rinse, wash, repeat, brother. You know, racing games, same thing. Gran Turismo set a new precedence in things, but before then, games like Pole Position and Outrun, things of that nature, had already set a standard for what was to become. So, as we hold these new systems near and dear to our heart, the Xbox One, the PlayStation 4, and even the PC is got its own progression path from where it came from to where it's at today, we need not forget about where we came from in yesteryear, you know. And I hope that gamers who truly appreciate gaming today will look back, do the research, and see where we came from, because gaming wasn't always as mainstream as it is, and a lot of us who do remember can attest to that. So don't forget about the old school. Make sure you go pick up some old school classics like the ones playing on screen. You know, I'm pretty sure you can find them. Find some footage, study up, but just hey, get it, appreciate the old school, and don't forget what it was like. Hey, you want to leave any comments down below, any thoughts on this, I greatly appreciate it. But as always, if you can't be good, Be good at it, guys. I'll catch you next time. Peace.